Hey Tim, how you doing? Marcy here. So I wasn't sure what part of the process you needed for this, so I'll just start with the sketching of it. And so what I like to do is I usually use a lighter colored pencil to start my sketches. So basically what I'm going to do is something similar to that wallet that I did. So basically just take your pencil and sketch out the approximate size that you need it. Don't worry about these lines being straight. It doesn't need to be. Nothing is straight in nature. So anyways, and then so once we get our shape, our basic shape done, then you're going to want to go through and just make some lines. Don't worry about your ruler. You're not going to need it for this. You don't want any of these lines to be exactly the same width anyways. You want them to be a little bit off. At this point, I just go through and just kind of make some little jagged lines on the ends. They don't have to be perfect. Don't worry about anything being straight at this point, okay? Don't worry about anything being finished. So, and then from here, I like to put just a couple of areas where like the wood has been kind of eaten away, I guess, like holes in the wood. And I'll just do a couple of these, just small little random ones here and there. You have to excuse my cough. Got an itchy throat today. Anyways, and then from here, I usually don't really do anything more than this for my basic drawing, but I'll clean this up for you more. So once we've got our basic idea down, then we're going to I usually grab my pencil and I'll go through and clean things up, darken them how I want them. Now, I'm not going to exactly follow these lines. Those are just there as, you know, reference. But what you want to do with wood is on some of these, you're going to want to come down, okay? And don't make a straight line. Kind of squiggle it just a little bit, make it a little rough. And then come around, just follow these, just follow it to where it looks, where you feel like it looks like wood. And then bring those lines in a little ways, okay? And we'll just continue on. Remember, rough and jagged, you don't want them to be smooth, you know what I mean? We want them kind of more jaggedy. On the lines that go all the way through on each plank, definitely give yourself, follow that all the way down. And remember, not perfectly straight, okay? But these lines that we're bringing down are going to give us a little bit more depth when we go to antique it. Okay, I'm just going to do these three right here just to try and, I don't know how to edit my videos, so if there's a lot of crap in here you don't need, I apologize. So now we're going to go do the other end. Same thing. Find one that you like and then bring it down a little bit. I think I'll bring this one down too. And see what I did there? I put like a little crack, little, you know, how the wood is uneven and stuff. Like, play with it. Have a lot of fun with it. They don't have to line up and be perfect. I think I'll bring this one down. Okay, so, and then I'll go ahead and bring these, make these a little bit, oh, sorry about my hand, make these a little bit more pronounced. Okay, so at this point, the grain part, I usually just freehand when I'm doing the tooling on the leather. But so kind of important to know about when you're doing wood grain is you don't want this, right? You want to think about little tiny knots and divots, you know, divots and stuff in the wood. So add your, I usually use these guys as my main starting point. So, because they kind of dictate the pattern of the grain. So I'll start here, find a little crack, and I'll start here and just kind of follow the shape of that down, right? You see how I came over and started following this crack too? And then start next to that again and just follow that shape. Just keep following that shape. Every little bump you want to mimic at this point. Now if you, right here we've got an opening, we've got a good opportunity to add like a little tiny knot, right? So we'll go around this little knot. Just like that. And don't worry if each line doesn't go all the way up. No big whoop, don't sweat it. It doesn't matter. The other thing that I like to do is not to let these wood grain lines come up and touch my main separator line where each board separates itself. I just kind of fill in that space. And so on this side, we're going to do the same thing. Come back. And if you get kind of lost on one side, go to the other side and come back. I like this little opening right there, so I'm going to put a little knot right there. I'm going to bump that out and put a little knot right there, and that'll give us some more wiggle room over here, you know what I mean? Like we'll start with this guy right here, and that'll give us some more shape as we bring our lines. Now when I tool these, and I'll get it, I might have to make another video. I'll tear all this down and I'll set up some leather and go over some more with you. So we basically have all of our lines in there. You get the gist of it, right? Same thing on the other ones. But when I tool these, I don't do my normal pressure on these little grain lines. I go a lot lighter with my carving knife than I would on these outer lines and these guys here. So that's the gist of it for just drawing it up. I'm going to go ahead and then once you've got your design down, you like the size, you like the look of it, then go ahead and put it on your tracing film. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, set up with some leather, and then I'll make another little one for you, okay? Cool. Bye. Be right back.